Real talk, real wisdom. All heart, all in. This is The Roxanne Show. I am someone who believes that we're here to scribble outside the lines. I believe that we're here to experience some mess. I mean, I certainly have. How do you know? Contrast is our greatest teacher. And if you're here to accumulate real wisdom, wisdom is a lived experience. Wisdom is not from the book. Wisdom is not, you don't just listen and, wisdom is embodied experience. You've processed it, you've metabolized it, and a lot of the wisdom I know that I've attained has come from messy moments, hard moments, right? So we can't bypass that shit and then expect ourselves to be some incredible fucking human. I don't think it works that way at all. I think the person who tries to avoid any sort of failure or mess up is the person who's playing to not lose. I'm playing to win. This is a very different energy. This is actually an essay in my book that I'm writing that is coming out in 2025. Maybe it's already out right now when you're listening to this. But it's a really important essay because there's a very big difference energetically, the framework, your perspective, your pursuit. If you're someone who's playing to not fail, you're playing like it's like defense versus fucking offense. I'm playing offense. I've been playing offense. And you know what? That has put me in some hardcore positions in the past. And I've metabolized it. I've learned from it. I've grown from it. I've embodied the wisdom, so much of it that I share on the podcast. All of that, all of those experiences, including, the not messy and the really incredible, high achieving, victorious, just wonderful experiences. All of those experiences, though, in my life came from moving from this feeling state. Does it feel good, right, and true to me? Is this an honest move for me? Right? Or am I feeling some kind of pressure around what I should do? That to me is a cue to go the other way. Like, don't go that way. Right? So I think it's really, if you are someone that is currently feeling behind, or you could be someone who you're in this sort of start all over phase of your life. And that also is going to create this feeling of, again, it's all this time and these, perceptions of what life should look like. Like, fuck, let's just let that go. Let that go, truly. You will feel so liberated when you can truly, I'm not saying don't have goals. I'm not saying don't be driven. I'm saying create more space. Let life also come in and participate with your creation. I really believe that this is a co-creative journey. For me, it's universe, it's source. If you're someone who's in that phase right now and you're starting all over and you feel like you don't even know where you are in your life because maybe you're, and you're later in your life and it's, so this whole concept of time is just fucking with you because you shouldn't be at this place at this point of your life. I know a lot of people who feel that way. And all I hear is self-inflicted fucking pressure. Should. Every day is an opportunity to literally create it in the manner that you would like to create it. And I'm not saying that's I understand there's real world problems. There's real challenges. I deal with them myself. And I still say that it all comes down to the stories that you're telling yourself, the perception that you're moving yourself, with through your life with. It's so much of these stories, and those stories are shaping the perceptions and the beliefs. And if you could just back off with these ideas around what it should look like, you actually give yourself the real space that you need for it to become what it's meant to be for you. And meant to be, I'm not saying it's like all predetermined, but it's a space for you to create. Because if it's a should be already, then that's already determined. That's already determined. And so what are you going to do with that? So then all you are going to feel is failure. And how does that fucking feel? Not great. So what I'm trying to do is pull the veil off to say, like, that's all an illusion. It's all bullshit. And I know social media can make it hard, you know. I know that, you know, seeing all kinds of people and where they are and, oh, look, she's got this and she's got that and she's like climbed over here, and still it's all stories and perceptions. And if you have to unfollow people, if you have to mute them, if you have to, you know, just take a break from it so that you can get yourself into a state of alignment. Because again, that's how you want to move. You want to move. You want to make your decisions. You want everything to be, am I in alignment or not? And if you're not, again, this is not, oh shit, but that is a good, it's like, it's all information. Okay, I'm out of alignment right now. Something doesn't feel good, right, and true to me. I need to listen more. I need to figure this out. I need to allow myself the space, not put more pressure on myself so that I can move myself back into alignment. It actually really simplifies everything. Because when you have alignment and, you know, you're disalignment, you're not in alignment, and then that's the game. That's the game, right? That's a lot more simple than, you know, all this other fucking shit about, you know, the metrics and the times and the this and that. Because again, this is the big gift I want to give to you in this episode. We don't want to rob ourselves of our true journey, of what we're really here to experience. I mean, I'm sure so many of you think back to a moment in your life right now where, you know, you were supposed to be, you know, somewhere or gaining something at a certain time or experiencing something at a certain time, and it didn't happen, only for then something else to happen just later down the line that was so meant to happen. Like it was the thing that was like, oh, it put what didn't happen into perspective, right? Of like, oh, that's why that did. That's, to me, like, that's just how I live, period. Like, so it's really this idea too, that everything's always working out for me. And that's not, you know, hyper positivity. That's a truth for me. Why the fuck wouldn't things be always working out for me? Why would things not always be working out for me? Just ask yourself that question. Why is it not working out for you? And if there's something in there, I mean, it's likely that, like, if you're corrupting your own path, well, then that's a different episode. Then that's a different assignment. But I do live with this idea truly, and especially at this point in my life, because now I can look back and, you know, I've got, you know, 4 decades behind me where it's like, oh yeah, even in the thick of it, even when I've walked through fire, it's all been working out for me. It's all working out for me. And you know what? That perspective feels really fucking good. And when you feel really good, truly really good, not surface good, like inside, you feel, again, it's a sense of being rooted and comfortable and confident. First of all, you are going to be moving more in alignment in your life. Second of all, vibrationally, you're just going to be attracting things that are epic. Because full circle, life is really energy. It's just what it is. It's all energy. So again, time has its place. I love creating deadlines for myself. I love it. I have so many goals. Kidding. And those goals, you know, we're looking at certain, but so it's like I do things very loosely. right? I mean, more of when we think, so this whole like, what's your 3-5 year plan? I'm like, I'm not that girl. What I can say, what I'm very, very clear on when it comes to what's your 10-year vision or I'm very clear on what I intend to feel. What's the feeling of my life? And there's multiple feelings. Feeling. That's the most important thing to me. Again, this is an energy thing. That gives space for whatever is going to actually unfold to unfold without me trying to control it. That just feels really boring to me, to be honest with you. I don't want to control like that. So maybe that's like a little gift of, release of pressure for you. If you don't have a visual and all the details. And hey, if you are someone that has that, I'm not knocking you. That's fucking awesome. Like, to each its own. Like, whatever feels good to you and keeps you on your highest path, that's the most important thing. I just know, and this episode is for those, because there are many out there, you might be one of them, who really fucking struggle with this. And it's like this weight on top of your shoulder every day. And no matter what you do, you feel like you can't drop the weight. And the goal with this episode is to help you drop that weight, for you to realize that that weight doesn't need to be there. That weight is coming to you from stories, narratives, scripts in your mind that are creating a perspective. And you do have the power to rewrite those stories and to shift your perspective and to give yourself, get yourself off the hook, to focus on alignment, to keep energy as, the main metric. Like, what's my energy, down the line, 3-5 years? Okay, I have some ideas. I certainly have some ideas for things, but again, it's loose. And it's loose not because I'm flimsy about my plans, but it's because I know how fucking life works and I'm playing with energy. I'm an alchemist over here. And I don't want to rob myself of a better than I can imagine kind of life. And that's ultimately what most people do when they're constricting themselves to just, by this time, by this time, by that time. Again, unless that feels good, right, and true for you, then then you probably aren't listening to me anymore at this point. So, big idea. Time is a human construct. Energy rules all. Energy is life from every perspective. Cellular, if your cells don't have energy, if your mitochondria are fucking dying, so are you. So energy is everything. When you can focus on, am I in alignment or am I not in alignment, and let that be how you move through your life, how you make your decisions, you keep yourself on your highest path. Why not live with this concept of everything is always working out for me? Why not have goals, visions, and keep it loose, keep it spacious so that you don't rob yourself of a better than you can imagine kind of life, which includes your unique wisdom, the unique experiences that your soul came here to have.